All right, let's talk about something that's a huge headache for pretty much every visual creator out there: getting professional level control over your AI generated images. We're going to show you how to go from those random, unpredictable results to creating consistent studio grade visuals. You know the feeling, right? You've spent hours, maybe even days, wrestling with an AI image generator. You're trying to get a character to look the same twice, or just trying to get it to spell a simple word correctly on a design. It's so frustrating. The results can feel totally random and just not professional enough. But what if there was a better way? What if you could have that precise professional control? Well, there is. And to show you how, we're going to dive into the amazing masterclass put together by consultant and educator Dr. Vernette Grant. So here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll look at what gives you that studio-grade control. Then we'll dive into the core capabilities, see some real-world workflows, and even get a practice plan from Dr. Grant. And finally, we'll talk about the big picture, the creative engine. Okay, let's jump right in. First up, achieving that studio-grade control. We're going to introduce you to the tool at the heart of this whole masterclass, Nano Banana Pro. So what exactly is Nano Banana Pro? Well, it's an image model built on Google's super powerful Gemini 3 tech. But here's the most important part. It's all about giving you the control. We're talking fine-tuned, direct control over everything from composition and lighting to those things that are usually a total nightmare, like getting text right and keeping your characters consistent. All right, knowing what it is cool, but seeing what it can actually do, that's where things get really exciting. So let's move on and unpack the core capabilities. Think of this as your brand new creative toolkit. So according to Dr. Grant's guide, there are really 5 key pillars to master here. We're talking about getting gorgeous, high-fidelity output, having controls that feel just like a real camera, being able to edit just one part of an image, blending multiple images, and handling all sorts of aspect ratios without a headache. Okay, first up, let's talk resolution and text. And honestly, this is huge. Nano Banana Pro gives you true 2K and even 4K images. That means your stuff is going to look super crisp, whether it's for print, branding, whatever. And get this, it finally gets text right. No more weird, garbled words on your designs. This next one is really cool. It basically puts you in the director's chair. You get to be the cinematographer, you know? You can tweak camera angles, change the focal length for a wide shot or a dramatic close-up, and even play with the depth of field to get that professional, blurry background look. Okay, now this next feature is an absolute game changer, especially for consistency. It's called multi-image blending. It lets you feed the AI up to 14 different input images to guide it. This is how you make sure your style, your look, and your characters stay the same from one image to the next. And just look at this. This shows you just how powerful that is. So how consistent are we talking? You can keep the identity of up to 5 different people totally consistent across a bunch of different scenes. I mean, just think about that. For storyboards, for brand campaigns, for training simulations, it's just a massive leap forward. Okay, so we've seen what the tool can do in theory, but now let's get practical. How do you actually use all this stuff? Well, this next section is all about the real-world creative workflows that Dr. Grant lays out. It's time to put these new skills to work. Let's take a workflow perfect for, say, consultants or marketers. Step 1, you generate a mood board to nail down your brand's visual style. Step 2, you take that style and apply it consistently to all your social media templates. And for the finale, you use that identity feature to crank out a whole set of consistent professional headshots. Boom! Or, hey, maybe you're a storyteller or an educator. How about this? You could build a quick 4-panel comic to break down a complex idea, or generate an entire 10-frame storyboard for a video. And then, and this is the cool part, you go back in with those camera controls to really dial in each panel, adjusting the shot to get the most emotional impact for your story. Now, I know this all sounds amazing, but it can also feel a little overwhelming, right? Like, where do you even start? Well, that's why Dr. Grant's guide is so great. It includes a really clear, actionable practice plan. So this isn't about just fumbling around. It's a structured path to actually mastering these skills. So here's the breakdown, week by week. Week 1, you just focus on the basics and getting comfortable with those camera controls. In week 2, you start practicing local edits. You know, changing a background here, an outfit there. By week 3, you're ready to dive into that powerful multi-image blending to nail consistency. And by the end of week 4, you're actually building your very own library of reusable, branded assets. How cool is that? Okay, so when you put all of this together, what do you get? In our final section, we're going to see how combining all these capabilities and workflows makes Nano Banana Pro something way more than just an image generator. It really becomes the core of a much bigger creative system. And this is really the key takeaway. And Dr. Vernette Grant sums it up perfectly right here. Nano Banana Pro becomes not just an image generator, but a creative engine for your entire ecosystem. It's not just a tool, it's the visual heart of your brand, your business, your entire creative output. So that really leaves us with one big question, right? Now that you see what's possible, how are you going to build your creative engine? What kind of amazing, high-quality visual system are you going to create? Look, everything we've talked about today comes from the incredible teachings of Dr. Vernette Grant. If you want to get more of her expert guidance on using AI in your own work, you absolutely have to follow her and subscribe for more. We've got her links right here on the screen so you can connect directly. Thanks so much for joining us.